Hey friends, it's me again with another video. Before I start showing records, thought I'd tell you why I've been making so many videos. Um, I'm in a period where my activity is at a low, mainly because a couple of the guys from Indrima are out of the country. The leader of the band Indrima is a young man named Nick Fackler, an up-and-coming independent film director, and he's in Africa shooting his second feature film, which is it's it's a documentary, but not. And what I mean by that is we won't really know what's going to happen with what they did until he gets back. We'll see. But so Nick's out of town, and so Indrima's on ice. I was doing some acting in a independent film being put together by the Martin brothers. Well, Sam Martin is in the film that Nick is shooting in Africa. So we'll finish up when Sam gets back at some point. So I've been gigging with RAF, the punk rock band, and we don't practice. We don't have to. I mean, we really don't need to. And so we just played Saturday night. So I've been having free time. Kleeman, the Danish artist who I'm going to do a feature on, because you folks really ought to check out Gunnar Kleeman's music. I suppose I could be more of a businessman in that sense to try to promote this guy that I work with that most of you have no idea what he sounds like, and he's fantastic. I mean, he really is. So that's coming up. But anyway, he's in Denmark finishing the new album that I worked on in our sessions in Chicago earlier this year. So I have time. And one of the things that I like to do after work is I don't watch television. I watch YouTube if I'm going to watch TV. And the vinyl community has really become very entertaining for me. I do watch a lot of you all's videos. I'm honest. Some people's videos, the content of what you're showing is not interesting to me. So, I mean, I want to support you all being a part of the community, but I can't fake being interested in some of the music that is just, it does not interest me. So I'm not even going to fake it. So understand that I may watch your videos and I'll give you a like, but I may not comment because there's nothing for me to say. But with that in mind, I like to kind of react to what I'm seeing as well. And so the first things I'm going to show are kind of in solidarity, or kind of, it's like, well, this is it's like communicating with you guys through the video. Jen Shelkins, who I believe is from Holland, I know she loves Luscious Jackson, and I love you, girl. I ain't met you yet, but I know I like you. I would really like you as a person if we could meet. I don't have any Luscious Jackson. I know you love that band, but I wanted to just show I like Luscious Jackson too. All I have is these damn CDs. I have two CD singles, two of my favorite songs by them, Naked Eye, which with some cool remixes. You know what I'm not a funk master in that I'm not collecting because I'm really all that interested in funk, but I recognize funk and I love it. And what I noticed about Luscious Jackson is how funky they are. These girls are really, really funky. And the other single I have by them, which I really like, is Ladyfingers. Really like this. So I just wanted to just shout out to Jen. You know, great band. I'd love to find some vinyl. The other video that I watched two videos when I got home so far today. We'll probably watch more as the night goes on, depending on what happens. But 24dB did a couple videos just now tributing, I would say, Conrad Schnitzler, who passed away recently. A formidable German electronic musician who started out in Tangerine Dream, and 24dB's got his history down. The man was involved in art and electronics apparently long before Tangerine Dream. But I wanted to go ahead and piggyback on that and show I've got just a couple of Conrad Schnitzler albums. I have Conrad 3, Con 3. This is on the Sky label. And I do believe that 24dB said it best, that he has so much output that it is hit and miss. Even this album, in my opinion, is hit and miss. I really like the first track, But then the second album sounds like a ripoff. It sounds exactly like something from Mark of the Mole by The Residents. But when I look at the 81, actually they're both, this comes before The Residents. So Residents, did y'all rip off Conrad Schnitzler? Y'all better get a hold of me and tell me what y'all been doing. But the second song is kind of crummy. But then if you pick through all the way through here, there's several tracks that are pretty cool. Sometimes it reminds me of Devo with his clunky beats and his funky voice. The other Conrad Schnitzler album I have, which I like a whole lot better, and this is when I can sit all the way through when I'm in the mood, is Blau. Conrad Schnitzler's Blue, or Blau, I believe is how you say it in German. And no information whatsoever, no label. It tells you what A side is, and obviously, well, you know what A is, so the other's got to be B. This one I popped on to refresh my memory. Yes, I have listened to this a few times. Yes, I have tripped acid on this. Yeah, this is a nice acid album. If anyone gets upset with me talking about my drug experiences, I'm not going to apologize. It's part of the human experience, and we all want to change our consciousness one way or the other. I'm not condoning it or not. What happens to people because of drugs is what happens to them, you know, and I can share with you my experiences. Look at me. I'm functioning. I'm talking. I'm working. I'm paying taxes. So, you know, I survived my drugs. An album that I bought yesterday that I didn't show, actually two that I didn't get to yesterday, well, three, Sam Rivers. And this is really good. It's an avant-garde date. Everything's in Italian, so I don't know if this is a reissue or what. The packaging is interesting because on the inside there's a book, and the book shows some of his records. Looks like it, great pictures. Looks like there's maybe some history, or possibly it's about the recording date itself. But Sam Rivers is a badass sax player. I mean, look at this. They even reproduce his Contours album cover on Blue Note on the inside of this. Strange, you know? Interesting. Kind of reminds me of a series out of Italy that apparently I learned, old jazz, that was put out along with a newspaper. And so I guess those records are worthless. I don't know how this could be worthless because this is an excellent date musically. This is really good. So I was glad I got that yesterday. Of the Goodwill stuff, I forgot to show this because when I saw this, I thought again of Sequoia Flame right away because he's a big Nilsson fan. Sandman. I'm not a big Nilsson fan, but I respect him. I just respect him. And so I popped this on, and this is not what I like to listen to. There may come a time when, well, actually, I'll put it like this. Hey, Sequoia Flame, if this is one that you have, would you tell me the song? Point me to a song that you think I should listen to know about this album. Because I always give everything a fair shake. But I also want to be honest that a lot of times what I'm listening for is I want to go far away from regular everyday life. I really do. That's why I like psychedelia and space rock. My friend Fred, Big Star 1000, has mentioned a Caravan album a couple times in recent past. And how much he loves it, and it's his album of the year. As a matter of fact, he said it's his Drop Dead or whatever that. But I've had it for years. If I could do it again all over, I'd do it for you. And I wanted to show him a copy because I've kept this in pristine shape because I just love this album and I love this cover. Look at that cover, y'all. It's just a simple picture of them sitting in a green field, but with the font and the title. It just captures a special moment. I do have to agree with Big Star 1000 that this is a really, really awesome album. I'm going to need to play it. It's been a long time. I can remember the way this album begins. Kind of creeps in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave this out and play it. This is but I wanted to just share an actual vinyl copy with the a full size graphic. Okay, Another band that people have been buying that I didn't even realize I had anything by them is the Dead Sea. A while back, I took a chance on this album. I knew nothing about it. The artist, Bruce Russell is his name. Bruce Russell apparently started the band Dead Sea. But I saw this used several years ago, Project for a Revolution in New York. And I just looked at it, and I could tell this is going to be interesting, and it is. Very likely this is improvised noise making. Really did a bang-up job. This is great. And what I mean by that is it's compelling. It keeps you listening. It's not static. Things bubble, burble, and percolate, and then they move forward, to the side. They swell. They kind of drop back down. This is really good. Bruce Russell of the Dead Sea. So consequently, I'll probably be looking at some Dead Sea records next time I see them. Maybe picking something up. I had never known much about them. Okay, I want to show some more records. Also want to thank Jen and a couple of the folks for giving me the feedback that you do enjoy the longer videos. So I'll talk until I'm done talking, and that's how we'll do them, okay? Because I don't plan this shit out except to think about what do I want to show, you know? That's the main thing. It's like, what do I want to show? And then sometimes I'll just kind of just show what's laying around. Okay, a band from Belgium that I have not heard mentioned that I think need mentioning. Aksak Mabul, led by Mr. Mark Hollander. Ons danzas por combate la migraine. Does that have something to do with dances that are help you get rid of a headache? Is that? I'm just trying. Aksak Mabul is another one of those bands that are hard to describe because it's a very unique and singular sound. There's aspects of Canterbury. There's aspects of the rock and opposition type of sound that we have heard from bands like Universe Zero and Magma. There's a jazz-like element to this at times. But mostly it's just highly original and very, very good. And here's another great label to seek out. Crammed Discs out of Belgium. Another great label. I only have 2 of their albums. Would love to have more. I think they have a few. I have that one, and this one is my favorite. Let me see if I can say it. Un peu de l'âme de bandit. That was terrible, wasn't it? Aksak Mabul. And isn't this just a funny cover? Look at the naked girl covering the dog's eyes so she doesn't see her lover's erection. I'm just assuming that's her lover. And it's far enough away that, for heaven's sakes, if somebody can be offended by that, you are out of your god-blasted mind, all right? I mean, it could just be a little finger, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Oh, this is a great album. Fred Frith is on here. This is solid. I'm trying to see if I can see who else is on here besides Aksak Mabul. I know Fred Frith is all over here. And this is killer, 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 killer. This is really, really good. Potent with ideas. Potent with creativity. This is awesome. So I wanted to show that. I hope Benny UK 25 comes back pretty soon. I'm thinking he left the planet after he got those records. Haven't heard from him since. But one of the records that he acquired was an original copy of Banana Moon. Yeah, I got one. I've had it forever. This is an original of Banana Moon. And this is like a record where it's another one similar to the Cosmic Jokers, where it's just a big stoned jam. And mostly this is, I think this is awful. I've kept it because of who's on it. They're too stoned. I think there's one song on here that is partly listenable. But this is an artifact that I must have. This must be in my collection. You understand, I hope. Check out David Allen smoking the banana. So as an artifact, this is a must-have. There's only one song that I can listen to. Mostly this is stoned drivel. But this is highly collectible. So glad I have it. Okay, let me talk about some African music, because I don't think I'm imagining it. I'm certain there are some people here who look at me and wonder about this black man who never hardly shows any black music. I've commented about it before, where I said that, again, that's shallow. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it's my culture, but I don't think I'm nuts. I know that I'm telling the truth. Every culture is my culture. Just because I wasn't born in Iraq doesn't mean I don't share love for Iraqi people. Just because I wasn't born in Sweden doesn't mean I can't. Damn, I can vibe with the Swedes. You know what I'm saying? The Middle Easterns, the people that are fighting each other. I love both sides. Dumbasses. Okay? So, with that, I want to show an album by an African artist who I think is untouchable. Tony Allen, the drummer who was with Fela for many years. No Accommodation for Lagos. This is one of his solo albums. And this is a mind blower. This man, talk about polyrhythms, okay? I could listen to this album over and over again just to study the way he breaks up the beats. Wow! You know, I have not heard another drummer break up beats the way Tony Allen does. Don't see his records much. I've got a few more of his records on my computer. Would love to have some more Tony Allen on vinyl. This man is a drummer's drummer. The way that he can take apart a beat, I have never heard anyone else do quite what he does. Single-handedly, I've heard groups of drummers do what he does. I've never heard one other single drummer. There's probably some others that can do it. Maybe someone like Art Blakey. Maybe some percussionists from Africa or the Middle East who I haven't heard of or can't think of their names right now. Olatunji, maybe. If I could give you, this is almost the end of August. If I could make a recommendation for the month of August, this is it. Tony Allen plays with Africa 70. No Accommodation for Lagos. Matter of fact, I did know a little bit about this. He was still in Fela's band when he made this album. For some reason, Fela was either in jail or away dealing with something legal or just away, and there was time. And Tony taught the band these tunes right quick, and they recorded it. That story alone amazes me because this stuff is just tight. And he just, whoa. Okay, are you catching my enthusiasm? All right, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also trying to make a point that, again, anyone that has a misperception of me as not being proud of being black or some kind of stupid shit like that, get a clue, okay? Get a clue. And if I'm ever offending people by what I'm saying, you know, I just really want to just challenge you to think about what is your problem. I'm just talking. This is just me speaking my opinion. If you don't like it, that's fine. All I'm doing is talking. What's there to be offended about? It's just me talking about my life experience. What is there for you to be offended about? Right? Now, I'm human too, so I go through those feelings like anyone else. But what I'm saying is process it. You know, become intelligent about it. And realize that, oh, there's that man on YouTube again spouting off all kinds of shit that he thinks. And he can say what he wants. I don't have to care. I don't even have to listen. Why do I choose to be offended? That's what I'm saying. Get intelligent about it. Think about it. What are you offended about, if you are? And if you keep coming back and being offended, why are you so fucking stupid to watch me? Does anybody feel me? Talk to me, people. As Burning Spear says in concert, I've seen him a bunch of times. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. I love it when he does that. I love it. Have you ever seen Burning Spear? Anybody? Tell me about it. Burning Spear is the bomb, okay? One family, okay? Yeah, I'm preaching a little bit. But I can't help myself, folks. I was supposed to be a preacher. I was raised as a kid to be a preacher. too bad that the institutions I was supposed to preach for let me down so damn bad. You know, that is a road I will not be going back down. Okay? But is it in me? Obviously, I'm an orator. I like to talk. And when I get on a roll, yeah, it can be nice. If I don't get on a roll, like anybody else, it can be boring as hell. But let me show another album that when I found it, it was like this, with this part just chewed away. Cat got a hold of it. But this is Kwame Nkrumah. And this is some pure African high life music. And this is party music. And it's, you know, like I say, a lot of, you know, I don't do a lot of partying at my house, like, party, hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that often that I listen to this, but when this is something that I listen to in a way that I'm learning about it. You know what I'm saying? I like this music, but this music is a teacher to me. I love that old record. It's an old Columbia. This is an original copy. Man, this has got to be old. I don't know if the date is on here. Once again, I wanted to show these things rather than having played them recently. So these records stay out. The Tony Allen and the Kwame Nkrumah. I need to listen to this stuff and get re-hip. Let me see if I can find a date on here. And there was a time when Columbia was not consistent about putting dates on their records, and you would have to really look deep, and I am not seeing. However, I am seeing here, besides some African players, Billy Cobham is on this album. Ron Carter is on this album. Roland Hanna and Ray Barretto. Shit! I need to play this damn thing! Okay, once again, one of the saving graces of being involved in the vinyl community, I get to rediscover my own dang record collection. Last thing I'll show is one more record I bought yesterday at Antiquarium Used. It was a compilation called Undying, an international compilation. I used to buy a lot of stuff like this, and it had gotten out of it, you know, kind of felt like I'd grown out of it and learned what I needed to learn. And consequently, I've been returning to some of the darker industrial, avant-garde, noise, experimental type of records, because I've always loved this stuff. And I'm at a point where I'm not PTSD'd, I'm not post-traumatic stressed out about darkness. I have embraced my own darkness. I acknowledge it, and I choose not to manifest it. But I also think this is another thing why I just can't get with a lot of conventional thinking about good, bad, and religion, is that I don't need something to blame for the part of humanity that I recognize is me. I don't need someone to say, that was so bad that wasn't me, that was the devil. That's bullshit, that was me. I claim the good in me and the evil in me, which consequently makes me a safe person because I'm choosing. Doesn't that make sense? Instead of, oh, I'll just give it up to, look at this, I'm going to say it, look at this fucking planet that's not working, people. I'm not telling you not to do it, I'm telling you why I don't do it. Okay? Feel me. I'm not telling you not to live your life and believe your belief, but I'm explaining why I can't do it anymore. It doesn't work for me, and I just think it's just bullshit. Claim who you are. Be what you are. Be conscious. Because I claim all aspects of me, including the asshole. I'm a human. I got an asshole in me. I keep it. I don't suppress it. I choose. I say, okay, let me think about this. Is that what I want to give out to the world? Is that the contribution I want to make? Like I used to? And the answer now is no. I don't want to be an ass. I don't want to be evil. I don't want to consciously hurt people like so many people out there are doing. And then you got my drift. Okay. This is the last record I'll show. Undying, an international compilation. The artist that got me to buy it was Ellen Fullman. I showed something by her, The Longest Note, I believe. She creates these long instruments with wires suspended that she plays and just creates these long tones. So she's got a piece on her I haven't listened to yet. Another group on here that I knew of was Organum. Organum is on here. I haven't listened to that yet. But everyone else on here I don't know. Violence and the Sacred. If Buana, Dog as Master. Interesting name for a band. Another band on here is Ultra. But play just a little bit of this, and this is good. This is good. So once again, look at this time, how it just flies. Okay, I gotta stop. Please leave comments.